Hey IT pros, Juan here. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Instead of a product unboxing, we're gonna do a product breakdown. We're gonna break down the ProLiant ML350 Gen 10 server from HPE, one of the most sustainable, energy efficient servers on the market today. So let's do it. Glad to have Travis back here, an IT pro with 30 years experience. Travis, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back here. I'm ready to get into the guts of this ProLiant server.
It's a pretty nice, hefty little monster here. Let's take a look at what makes this server so special.
Well, some of the things that I really like is the modularity, the hot swappable pieces. Like, you can do a lot of work on it while it's still on. If something fails, it lets you know through the ILO. You can get an email, and you know, if it's a fan going bad, it'll tell you which one. You pull it out, pop it in, never have to stop anything, which is great. Keeps you going.
It's ideal for when you have a mission-critical piece of equipment running and you need to replace a component. Not having to turn it off is very important.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good thing. Word on the street is that this server is very energy efficient.
Yeah, I've heard that actually it's one of the most energy efficient. The HP is really trying to be forward-thinking because there's requirements already in the EU on energy efficiency, and they're trying to make sure they meet all that ahead of time.
Like 96%?
Yeah, 96%.
Wow. It's amazing.
It all starts with the power supply here, which you can see it's the double
modular redundant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I see that they've done a lot with the airflow in the system. They've kind of aligned the processors to be in line as opposed to right next to each other, so it kind of helps move more of the cold air into the system and kind of direct airflow from the front fans to the back fans right through the processors.
Yeah, it seems like every time I open one of these up in the next generation, they just seem to keep streamlining it more and more. It's very efficient airflow. You can tell they really are taking feedback from IT pros and putting it into their servers. And
I mean, I see 6 fans in this. How loud can this get? I mean,
well, the good thing is I know with the ILO, they're smart, so they can actually, it only makes the fans run as fast as you need them to run, so you're not just running on high, and you get that real loud noise pollution from it. So unless it needs it, you can hear it'll kick in. But usually, it's not really that. In my experience, it hasn't been that loud. Like I might have an office right next to the server room, which the way I like it, because I actually use sound a lot of times to tell or I used to tell if a fan was going bad or something. Now it'll email me, let me know before it even becomes a problem.
That ties into the whole efficiency thing. If the fan doesn't need to be running at high speeds, then it doesn't, which is great. It's amazing how it knows where to direct this cool air to, right? So it's like, I mean, how does it keep track of where the server is hot?
It's actually really cool on the ILO. I saw this when I was setting it up. It does like a heat map of the entire server, so you can actually see, and it knows where the problem points are for heat. It's really kind of cool.
So tell me a little bit about the mounting options of the server.
You can set it up like a tower that has some feet to give it stability, or you can get a mounting kit and you can stick it in a rack if you've got one.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think when we think about sustainability, right, we want to make sure that the equipment that we buy and we put in place kind of lasts us as long as possible, right? We try to maximize the use of the equipment that we put in place. What can you tell me about the modularity and the upgradability of this?
So one of the things I like about, or really like about these is the hot swappable drives. So you can add or replace drives as needed, and you don't have to shut it down. I like the visual indicator on the drives. They have like that little spinning wheel. To me, it gives me, as an IT professional, going into my server room and seeing all those green lights spinning, gives me a little peace of mind, lowers my stress. But it's a good indicator if you don't see it through. ILO can also let you know when they're going down, but there's a visual indication, and it makes it easy when you get in there, if you know something's down, to find it, pull it out, swap in a new drive, and then it does its magic in the back end, and you're still, the end users no wiser of something happening.
So as new drive technologies come into play, I mean, how can we implement these in this system?
One of the things I like also is these bays can be configured to accept new technology. Like, you can get a module to stick in there. So I would imagine over time, as new things come out, it's got that flexibility to kind of grow with you, so you don't have to start from square one with your servers. They've got some longevity, which is also part of that sustainability, and it's good just overall because you're not adding to the landfill with these. You know, you can keep them going for longer, and it saves you money over time, and it's a good thing. Well, the reason it attracted me when I was looking for another server for our environment is it's affordable for our smaller business budget. The flexibility, the sustainability of it, it works for us. It's because every penny counts. When you're a small business, it's easy to work with. I don't have to. I pretty much every HP server like this that I've had, I've put it in the rack and barely ever have to think about it. It's just I know it's there. It does its job.
I look at something like this and I think, data center in a box.
Yeah, definitely.
So, IT pros, if you have a small business with not a large budget and not a lot of space, the ML350 Gen 10 server may be the right one for you.